To this day.
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 What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunched Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Evander, the real deal, Holyfield. And get this. Holyfield states that I can see Usyk giving Tyson Fury problems. The former three-time heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield is backing Tyson Fury to overcome the mandatory challenger Dillian Whyte. Fury will defend his WBC title against Whyte on April 23rd, as we know. And this is what Holyfield had to say. He said, I think Dillian's got the energy to give him problems, but I think Tyson Fury is clever. He is just a clever fighter, and I don't think Whyte can beat him, Holyfield said. But he said he believes that the style of Usyk could create some issues for a fighter as big as Fury. He said, well, this is what I know. Most little guys are always better than big guys, a lot quicker, and you're very good with moving. What made me a fighter that I was is I was a lot smaller than most, so it was very easy for me to hit them, and I was a lot quicker, Holyfield said. I can see Usyk giving him problems, so I think the smart thing to do is eliminate this I'm bigger than him, so this and the other, because everyone knows the smaller guys fight better, more skillful, and faster than big guys. Big guys got the power. If they catch you, they can hurt you. But can Tyson hurt him? And the thing is, Tyson Fury is an okay puncher, but he's not a big puncher. And so him not being a big puncher, he's not going to be quicker than Usyk anyway. The guy with the faster hands will throw more punches. That is a guy to duck by saying, oh, I'm bigger guy, I'm not going to fight him. You're the biggest guy and you fight a guy that is quicker but smaller, but most smaller guys are a lot better fighters too than big guys. Those are the words of Evander Holyfield. Let me counterpunch. I don't think it's a thing of who's the fastest. I think who can give each other problems with the footwork and the angles. I think Usyk and Fury, they're both fast fighters. So, to compare who's faster or not, that's one thing. But I think the styles, fighting a southpaw like Oleksandr Usyk will be a problem for anybody. I agree with Holyfield. He'll be a problem for everybody there. But Tyson Fury, like he said, is a clever fighter. He may find out a way to get to Usyk, but I think Usyk is a guy that he would have to wrap up and fight dirty. But I feel that Holyfield is looking at Usyk as himself. He waves the flag for smaller heavyweights that are successful, like Usyk successful, like Holyfield, of course, was successful by taking out Mike Tyson. Of course, he regained his stripes by beating Riddick Bowe. Okay, he got beat by Lennox Lewis twice, but he still had his day in the sun. Whereas with Usyk fighting Tyson Fury, I think that fight is always a fight people should look at. I wanted to see that fight, but based on what's happening now, we wouldn't have probably saw that fight anyway, even if it was set. You never know what's going to happen in this world. So that's just another thing that broadsided us. But back to Tyson Fury and Holyfield. Holyfield said he's not a big puncher. So the question you ask yourself is, can Tyson Fury punch harder than Anthony Joshua? And it's hard to answer that question because it's so inconsistent with these fighters. They don't really have common opponents. You can ask Vladimir Klitschko, but did Tyson Fury ever drop Klitschko? We can use him as an example because that's the only person that we could use, right? But what was the verdict? What was the impact? And that was back when Tyson Fury was on his feet just jabbing. He wasn't practicing the crunk style then, so it's hard to say if he's a harder puncher. He hit Wilder, but then Wilder is a tough guy, but does that mean he has this solid granite chin? No, not really. And then Tyson Fury also knew how to hit him and where to hit him. Okay, you catch a guy in his pressure point, they're going down. Ask Andy Ruiz when he clocked Anthony Joshua. Does that mean he's a concussive puncher? No. He just got caught with a good shot. So now you ask yourself, can Tyson Fury catch Usyk with that type of shot? Because Usyk has proved to have a good chin. If you look at Usyk's face after that Joshua fight, dude, he was jacked up. I think he was rocked a bit, and we know Anthony Joshua can punch. Just look at his resume and look at what he's done. He retired Vladimir Klitschko. Tyson Fury didn't. Tyson Fury danced around him, But he stopped Wilder, but that's also a person that lacks the defensive savvy that he needed to avoid those shots. So, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, you did this to Wilder, but Wilder's not the defense man. He's the man with that one cannon, right? And that very dangerous punch. But, I mean, as far as head movement and slipping and ducking and bobbing and weaving, he's not that guy. So, yeah, he would take that type of punishment from Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury was able to hit him more. So it is a toss-up on what you think Tyson Fury can do to a smaller guy like Usyk. But Usyk is a guy, I think, that can take those shots based on the shots that he took from Anthony Joshua. So the thing to compare would be Joshua's punching power to Tyson Fury. And what I'll do, I'll leave a poll so you guys can vote on it. Okay, I'll leave it in the description box so you guys can vote to see who punches harder between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. And if it's Anthony Joshua, we already know, okay? We already know that Usyk could take Tyson Fury's punch. So it's a good thing to bring up when you're talking about Usyk and Tyson Fury, but more than likely that won't happen anyway. Again, because of what's going on in the world, in Russia and all that stuff in the Ukraine. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Oleksandr Usyk, Evander Holyfield thinking that Usyk is a better fighter than Tyson Fury. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.